Hello everyone, my name is Ritesh Gupta and you're watching the Pentester Guy. Today I'll be covering the malware threat topic for the Certified Ethical Hacker Practical Tutorial, and I'll be covering the question that is based upon the rat. So let's get started. And before starting this video, I would request my viewers to subscribe my channel. It really takes a lot to gather the accurate information, align it and present it to you so that you are able to solve the challenges and get your certification done and at no cost. So if you really get benefit from my playlist, do consider subscribing my channel and sharing my channel. Thank you. So let me explain it considering a scenario which could be a relatable question for the exam as well. Suppose you have been told that a server access code is hidden into a Windows machine which comes under this subnet. This subnet could be anything. It depends upon your own individual situation. The second point would be a rat has been already installed into a machine for remote administration purpose. And your task is to retrieve a secret file or code from the target machine and enter the string that is present in that file. That means in that secret file. So what you have already been told is the target machine is the window machine. The rat is already installed on it and you just simply have to get a remote access, find the file and enter the flag or the secret. Fine. So what could be the approach? There are two questions that can be considered. First one is which machine to target. Second one is what if it says not active connection. So why I am mentioning the second one, I had a conversation with a person reached to me over a LinkedIn and she mentioned that this was a scenario and as an outcome it was saying that there is no active connection. So countering these two scenario, first one is you already know which machine to target. All the machines in the given subnet with operating system as Windows. Second thing is there are n number of tools which are used to make a connection, or what I can say is the rat server that is being installed on the remote machine is dependent on the specific rat generated tool. So what do I mean by that? There are 5 rat tools which is discussed in the PDF that is present on the internet. The first one is NJRat, second one is Mosucker, and so on. You can see the list. The second question can be countered as why it was showing there is no active connection. There could be two mistakes. The first one is either you are choosing the wrong target machine. That means the window machine you chose is the wrong one, or the port that you selected on which you are testing it, whether the connection is established or we can establish it or not, is the wrong one. Second thing will be whether the server that is installed on the remote machine for remote administration purpose is of different tool and you are using a different tool. So suppose the server that is being installed on the victim machine is generated by ProRat and you are using NJRat to connect over it. So will it be able to connect or not? So the answer would be no. Though I haven't researched on it because of my system dependency issue, NJRat and HTTP rat was not running on my system. I was not able to cross check it. But what I feel is these tool behaves by generating a server using this tool and sending it to the victim machine. Then the victim will install it over the machine. After that, you'll be able to make a connection. So there we can see that there is a direct dependency of the tool. So these two questions is important for this challenge. First one, to choose a right machine with the right port. Second one is to choose the right tool to get an active connection. And this simply shows you that you have to brute force it by making a right combination. And this question will consume definitely a good amount of time. So this question is built with a mentality or approach to kill your time. So the best tip would be take this question, keep it for the last moment, and then try to solve after solving all the challenges that you are able to solve easily. Okay, because time is important. So now let's move to the video part where I will be demonstrating that how you can use this tool to connect to a remote machine, find a file, and get the flag. And this process is same for all the tools, only the GUI is different. So I'll be using the ProRat for this purpose. Let's move to the video part. So I'll be utilizing the ProRat tool for demonstrating this scenario. I'll not be using the NJRAT and HTTP-RAT because of some system compatibility issue, but it will be working fine during the test environment because it is the responsibility of CEH Council, right? So this is the tool, and this is the attacker machine, and this is the victim machine for which we have to get the secret flag. So what we have to do is, the scenario will be, since the rat is already installed, that means the rat is already installed in this machine which is of victim, and if we connect it via giving the IP address of this victim machine, we'll be able to get the remote access, right? And now you'll be wondering how that vulnerable server looks like, or the file looks like, through which we are going to get the remote access. So you can also create a server for yourself and you can send it to the victim. These are the settings. You can go through the settings by reading the documentation of this specific tool. I'll not be covering that. And you will be delivering that exe file to the victim, and victim will install it. So in your case, you'll not have to create the file and deliver it to the victim. It is already installed in the victim machine as it is described in the question. So our half of the work is done. The only thing we need to do is to make a connection with the victim machine and retrieve the flag or the txt file. So what we'll be doing is, here you can see that we have an option of IP. We'll be passing the IP of the victim machine. Here the IP of this victim machine is 192.168.0.102. Simply we'll be passing it as 192.168, and the port will be the default one. You can create the port by yourself, but let's keep it default one because you'll not be able to know the port as well, right? But this could be a challenge if you wonder what other ports are open apart from the normal services running on any Windows machine. So you can target that port and you can connect over it, right? So port plays a great role as well. So we have provided the IP of the victim machine and we have the port number. We'll simply click on the connect, and here we get a pop-up for the password. We'll click on OK, and in the bottom section we can see that password correct, entrance completed. Now you must be wondering that how we'll be knowing the password. So definitely ProRat will not be utilized. If password is not provided, then ProRat will not be utilized. Tools like NJRAT and HTTP-RAT can be utilized. So you need to brute force it, right? Which application is working, because it is dependent on the server from which it has been originated, right? If the server is of NJRAT, then you need to connect it via NJRAT. If it's generated by the HTTP-RAT, then you have to connect it via the HTTP-RAT tool. So since we can see that we got the password correct and our entrance is completed into this victim machine, you can find the txt file. Now you must wonder that why we have been given the exact name of the txt file, because this was the main task. After that, you don't have to give much of your time or waste much of your time. You just simply go and click on search files. I've already searched it to demonstrate like what is the possible outcome that we can get. So this is the directory. I have entered into a directory C and I have searched for the txt file, all the txt file under this directory, right? So we got many of the files. We have to find our own file. So we have to find a file called secret.txt. Okay. Don't waste your time for searching the files in the program files or this location where system files are stored, because that will not be utilized to save the flag according to the exam purpose, not according to the real time scenario. So we'll be looking for the directory of user. So we have diagnosed in the user directory. We'll be looking for my own directory. User data. No, we don't have secret.txt here. App data. Just look into desktop. Do we have? No. Under the desktop, we don't have any txt file. Under the downloads, we have password 123.txt. Okay, but This is the old one because I have created this scenario, so I know this is not the required txt file. But even though this can be extracted as well, you just have to copy the location and download the file. Okay, but we are interested in secret.txt, and I know I have placed it under, I guess, yeah, flag.txt. Here we get it under the document. Under that there is a folder called secret, and under that we have the file flag.txt. So we'll move into the directory. Okay, let's minimize it, and we can utilize this window, file manager. We will do a refresh. The listing of the file directory will be provided to us, and now we'll move to users, Ritesh, and it was under document. This is the folder secret, and this is the file. So file size is 37. That means this is not a blank file. All right, we'll do a right click and give a download to it. We can see the transfer is completed, and if we can check into this download, we have this flag.txt. Let's open it, and congratulations for finding the flag. You got your flag. So this is the simple process that you need to follow up, and this must consume your time because first you need to know the port number on which the other services are running, or this or any service which is apart from the normal port configuration service. And of course the other one is the tool dependency, so you need to brute force between the tools and the port. So that's all about this video. Thank you so much. Keep loving, keep supporting, keep sharing my channel.